Hello, everyone. It's Robin DeGroot with TLC Truth, Love, Creativity, and today I'm going to use the runes, trying to see different ways to do this on the table so you can see the layout. I still need to get some different equipment probably to hold the phone. So the runes here are the ancient Norse mythology I was telling you about. So there are 25 little clay pieces or tablets, kind of, and they can also fall or be taken out reversed or upright, or even this way, and then I would also consider it reversed. And I keep them in the little bag that it came in, but you can always get your own bag and shuffle it that way. And then this is a guidebook, which I really love, from Ralph Blum, Ralph H. Blum, or Bloom, maybe. The Book of Runes. I have some other rune books and also different sets. And I still love this one the most, but I do think they're all different and good for their interpretations. So I wanted to see what was the energy for today. So I'll shake them up. So with runes, you can actually, you can have a felt with a circular pattern on it. You can have different things where you throw the runes. So sometimes that's a little bit about why they might be reversed or things like that. And in this case, I'm using them a little bit more like the cards. So this is the evening of Saturday, March 21st. And I'll pick 3 different runes. So this one. Some of them don't really have a reverse position, like this one I just laid down, or this one. They'll be the same either way. So they are the same upright or not upright. So I still consider it like this is a bit like the anchor, and the center is for or like challenging against the anchor, and then this is kind of the outcome. That's the main one I usually do. And I'll get into different ones over time, but that can still create a good picture. And they also always work together no matter what, whatever type of divination system you're using. So this one that looks like an M is movement, and its name in the Norse mythology is called Ehwaz. I'm not too sure how to pronounce all those, so it's E-H-W-A-Z. So I'll read you his interpretation. So movement, progress, the horse. Ehwaz is a rune of transit, transition, and movement, of physical shifts, new dwelling places, new attitudes, or new life. It also signifies movement in the sense of improving or bettering any situation. There is about this rune a sense of gradual development and steady progress, with the accompanying notion of slow growth through numerous shifts and changes. This could apply to the growth of a business or to the development of an idea. A relationship may need to undergo changes if it is to live and grow. Moral effort and steadfastness are called for when you draw movement. Another of the cycle runes. Let it be said this way: as I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. This rune symbol is the horse, and it signifies the bond between horse and rider. Bronze Age artifacts show a horse drawing the sun across the sky. Here, Ehwaz is saying, you have progressed far enough to feel a measure of safety in your position. Now it is time to turn again and face the future reassured prepared to share the good fortune that comes your way. The sharing is significant since it relates to the sun's power to foster life and illuminate all things with its light. So I like that rune for today and for currently in our situation. I think this would be more, in my opinion, movement in a ethereal sense, since actually physically we really can't do much movement. And I like the idea of being in a position to really change and take your knowledge and your confidence and courage and share it with others now. So this middle one is harvest, and it's called Yera or Jera. So Jera, could be Yera, but since it was like northern people, I'm not too sure if they do the silent J. I'd have to look that up. But let's see what that is all about. And that one's like neither reversed or not, because it is always the same either way. And that's pretty universal. So that's nice to have. See how it supports the movement rune. Harvest, the fertile season, 1 year. A rune of beneficial outcomes. Yera applies to any activity or endeavor to which you are committed. Be aware, however, that no quick results can be expected. The span of time is usually involved, hence the key words 1 year, symbolizing a full cycle before the reaping, the harvest, or deliverance. You have prepared the ground and planted the seed. Now you must cultivate with care. To those whose labor has a long season, long coming to term, Jera offers encouragement of success. Know that the outcome is in the keeping of providence and continue to persevere. Remember the old story about the farmer who was so eager to assist his crops that he went out at night and tugged on the new shoots. There is no way to push the river. Equally, you cannot hasten the harvest. Be mindful that patience is essential for the recognition of your own process, which in its season leads to the harvest of the self. That one seemed a little more in keeping with right now, because we do have to have patience. I also think there's a time element, and it's like waiting. Whatever we're doing right now, I think could really benefit later. So all of this going inward and having to learn or just work on skills, finish things that aren't complete, all of this that we could do in this time where we're in lockdown, some of us, that can come to fruition after that. And for me, it's really about me being consistent, trying to do videos every day. I do think that's going to be beneficial and really helping me get more into my business and feeling like I'm connecting with everyone in my community. So that's kind of exciting. Now the final one is fertility. It looks like a female symbol, maybe, just opening in general. It's called Inguz, and it's I-N-G-U-Z. It also is kind of the same, reversed or not reversed. Unless it would flip over entirely, that would be a little different. But I think you still just turn it over to see what it is if you were throwing the runes. Fertility, new beginnings, Ing or ing, the hero god. This rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature, with its urge toward harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. Inguz embodies the need to share, the yearning to be desired, the search after similarities. The completion of beginnings is what Inguz requires. Drawing this rune may mark a time of joyful deliverance, of new life, a new path. A rune of great power, receiving it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion, resolution from which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. It may be timely that you complete some project now. If so, make that your first priority. Perhaps a difficult state of mind can be clarified or resolved. The appearance of this rune indicates that you must fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. All things change, and we cannot live permanently amid obstructions. Ingus signals your emergence from a closed chrysalis state. As you resolve and clear away the old, you will experience a release from tension and uncertainty. You may be required to free yourself from a rut, a habit, or relationship, from some deep cultural or behavioral pattern, some activity that was quite proper to the self you are leaving behind. The time of birth is always a critical one. Movement can involve danger, and yet movement that is timely leads out of danger. The time has come to enter the delivery room. Another of the cycle runes, Ingu's counsels preparation, being centered and grounded, freeing yourself from all unwanted influences and seeing the humor. You are indeed prepared to open to the will of heaven and await your deliverance with calm certainty. So this is a pretty good reading, I would say. Definitely about, there's movement, it's kind of like changing, transitioning from one thing to another, using our confidence and our strength and the horseman's energy and power to share in like our goodness if we can. And this one was that was the harvest. So for 1 year, basically, I do think the effects of this time right now are going to actually be still affecting us for at least 1 year. And at least the next month will be the real crunch time. Personally, I think things will be more resolving through May, and partly because May is a number 9, if you would add 05 to 2020. So 9 is always completions and starting for new beginnings. So I think on the worldwide level, maybe this symbolizes that patience that we need for that time. And then this is opening, and opening always comes with finishing something else, basically. So this one is the one that counsels the completion, finishing projects, being ready for the new awakening, the birth of your new self and new life, basically. So I've been listening to lots of different astrologers and different spiritual people because for me, like I said in some other videos, I think some kind of significant event like this that's worldwide is always on many, many levels. And it's actually, it's got to be transformative because there's no way around it. There will be endings of certain things which are always sad and maybe negative, but sometimes they are really necessary and we can move into something new. So I do think that's what is going on here. And 2020 is like the perfect vision number. And it's always kind of like seeing more clearly. So I think we're going through the hard part, just like with any kind of birth, that you will have the awesome awakening after that. I also think it's all about truth, and my business definitely deals with truth and expression. So if there's to be any kind of chafe being gotten rid of in our lives, then we have to see it because as something that is leading us toward our true purpose and the things that we really should be doing. And it helps us to just like, see, we have to do those things and the other things aren't going to work anymore. So anyway, I hope this helps everyone. If you can find any sets of runes or even look online of what the symbols are, and even you could make them with rocks or something, but I do think it's a really cool divination method. And it's also like all of them that it really tunes into whatever is truly going on in the universe and your connection to it at the time. So that's just another method I wanted to show everyone today. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and my podcast and YouTube channel, and share the videos if you can. Thank you very much, everyone.